Thank you all so much. It has been wonderful to work in Plymouth these past 7 years. I feel truly blessed because I get to work with all of these people here. They are the reason why I'm standing here. They are my family. They are amazing with the students, and they do so much to support me and to support our students. And one of the staff members' ideas was the rolling roost. I can't really take credit for it. I just went along with it, and it was pretty awesome, and it really took off. But I'm so blessed. I have great students, I have great staff, I have terrific administrators, and I am just so grateful to be part of Plymouth Public Schools and to receive this honor. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. All right, up next, Mr. Falcone. As we all know, teachers and everybody, their career, they've earned that milestone of retirement, and we have some retirements this year. So, Mr. Falcone, take it away.
Thank you very much. I'd like to call Gina and Corinne up here if they can. We actually have 3 teachers retiring from our district this year, and I want to thank them and congratulate them. First is Miss Gina Ritchie, an art teacher here at Terryville High School. Next is Corinne Johnson, special ed teacher at Eli Terry Junior Middle School. And then we have Wayne Prescott, who's a library media specialist both at the middle school and the high school. And he wanted that to be a surprise. That's why I saw your reaction. He didn't want anyone to really know that until this evening. So,
I so much enjoy his chapter Fridays.
well, there you go. These 2 individuals have spent their entire career in the Plymouth Public Schools. Gina's been here for 40 years. I was 7 years old when she started. Corinne's been here for 36 years, 37 years. I did my math wrong. I tried to count those years. I couldn't figure it out. 37 years for Corinne. These 2 individuals have done so much to impress everyone in their career. But what the most impressive thing is how much they truly care about kids and are still passionate about teaching. Both of them, this is a hard decision for both of them, and I know that because they've told me that. And I'm sure they won't have regrets. But for me, I've been fortunate enough to work with both of these individuals. And I've been fortunate enough to work with a number of amazing people in my career, and these 2 at the top of the list. And I've seen in my time working with both of them how much they care and give to the children they work with, and then how much the kids love and respect them for the work they do with them. And the best example I could give on each of you, and I'm going to pick each of you at one time, something that I saw and observed. So Corinne, I was at the staff-student basketball game last year, and it was really hard watching you try to play basketball. Because I don't know if I call it playing basketball. But when you took your 37th shot and actually hit it, that student section blew up. And they cheered your name because of how much they love and respect what you do for them. So it was a very special moment that I was glad to be a part of. And Gina, what I saw here in this school on Monday was unbelievable. On Monday, the Terryville High School students and staff lined the hallways and didn't tell Miss Ritchie they were going to do this. They all lined the hallways between passing time, and Miss Ritchie walked the school. They all cheered for her, they gave her flowers, and thanked her for all she's done for our school and our community. These 2 individuals have been here combined for 77 years. I got that math right. 77 years. That's older than my parents. Just saying. You're both truly special teachers, but more important, you're special people. So thank you very much. On behalf of the board, the town, the community, the school community, thank you for all you've done. So, congratulations. But I'm not done. We do have something a little special. We have something special for both of you. Corinne, if you want to head up, Walter has it over there. A little gift from the Board of Education.
Come right over. I'll come on. On behalf of the board, thank you for all your years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I didn't think that 37 years ago would go so quickly.
It went fast, didn't it?
It's certainly, Plymouth is a community that is very dedicated to their children. I just have to say that because it is the custodians, the secretaries, the bus drivers, the teachers, everybody.
The superintendent?
Don't inflate them. But thank you for all your service and come back anytime.
Thank you.
All right, listen. Don't be strangers.
We are looking for substitute teachers, so just let us know.
There are openings in the personnel report, just saying. All right, thank you. All right, now I'm going to recognize the graduating student representatives. We have Robert, Emily, and Anna. They participate in the board meetings, and they kind of keep the board up to date of what's going on in the schools. You know, the board is, elected volunteer board. Some of us are very active in the schools. They're able to get there during the day. Some of us not so much. So we rely on the information. We want to hear what the students have to say. So that's great. So I'd like to start by you guys giving your final report, introducing the incoming, your replacements, and then we will recess after that. Okay, and we'll recognize you. So, okay, Robert, you want to take it away?
All right. So all sports have concluded at Terryville High School. Baseball was able to make it to the first round of states. And then I would like to take this time to recognize a particular athlete, Christian DeSapio, who this Monday competed at state opens representing Terryville High School for high jump. And then sports awards, the day where we all get to go out, or the day where we all get to go out, get awards hosted by the Booster Club. Many of our peers are looking forward to it, and it's nice to see it go off without a hitch. Nice to see the sports video of all of our achievements and pictures throughout the year. And then lastly, Holiday Hill, the senior class's trip to Holiday Hill. It's a nice trip.
Nice
And
trip.
Very fun.
very fun.
Good.
Yeah. And then my replacement next year is going to be Jacob Darrell. You can stand up.
Can you stand up?
You can stand up.
All right. Hi, Jacob.
Jacob Darrell is involved in many clubs, which include Academic Bowl, Student Council, NHS. He's also the class president of his class. He loves math. He's planning on doubling up on math next year, taking both Calc and Stats, and he plans to major in physics in college.
Excellent. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Welcome aboard. Robert, can you tell us what your plans are after graduation?
My plan is to go to UHART for mechanical engineering.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Thank you for your time. All right. Anna Greene.
So last for the senior class. So coming up is our graduation this Tuesday, and we're all very excited, but also very sad about it. Also after graduation, we have our after grad party, which is hosted by the PTSA here. So we would like to thank all the members of the PTSA who are putting this together. They've been putting in a lot of effort. Me and Emily's mom are both on it, so we know how much they've been working on it. We also have our senior night tomorrow here in the cafeteria from 6 to 8. We'll be catering Moe's, watching a senior video created by some students in the senior class, and we'll just be signing yearbooks and getting some last memories together. And then last Friday we had our prom, which actually the event went really well. Everyone had a really good time. We were all dancing and enjoyed the food. Everyone got home safely, which I'm happy about as well. We also had our scholarship night. we would just like to recognize and congratulate all the seniors who received scholarships those night. And then we would also like to thank the organizations who donated the money for us. And then we would also lastly like to thank our class advisors for the senior class who have also put in a lot of work these past few years to make our senior year the best. And not only our senior year, but all throughout high school.
Okay.
And then I would like to introduce my replacement for vice president, which is Christian Quizalo. Would you like to say a few things about yourself?
Along with Jacob, I'm also the vice president of our class, and I'm hoping to continue on meeting Jacob's career next year and president and vice president of student council and of our class. And as I say, it's happy to work with all of you next year.
Excellent. Forward to it, thank you. And Anna, what are your plans after?
I plan to move to the state of Delaware to attend the University of Delaware while I'll be majoring in international business.
All right. Excellent. Emily?
Okay, so just like general school activities, obviously not much because school year's ending. But last Thursday, on June 1st, we had our awards ceremony for all grades. And they did this new thing where they passed out cords to graduating seniors for their high grades in particular subjects. And I thought that was like really special. It was nice to have that as a part of the awards ceremony. And as we're wrapping up the school year, students are starting finals. Finals started yesterday and they're continuing up until the end of the year. And that's really it for school activities. But next year, the Secretary Treasurer of the Student Council and my replacement will be Mark Lucier, but he unfortunately cannot attend today's meeting.
Okay, thank you. And your plans?
I'll be attending UConn Stores and I'll be studying psychology.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, so at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to recess at 7:21 p.m. in recognition of the Paraeducator of the Year, Teacher of the Year, the retiring teachers, and the graduating student representatives. So I have that motion by Mr. Showers. Do I have a second? Mr. Foote? Mr. Foote. Any discussion? All right. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're in recess. Regular session at 7:37 p.m. Item number 8 on the agenda, public comment. All right, so seeing none, we'll move along. All right, item number 9, superintendent's update. At this time, I'd like to turn this over to Superintendent Mr. Falcone.
Thank you very much. So as Anna said, on May 25th, Terryville High School held its annual scholarship night. All totaled, our seniors received over $274,000 worth of one-time renewable scholarships. I want to thank local businesses, community members, and various organizations for their generous support and their investment in our students. As a reminder, the last 3 days of school, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, will all be early dismissal days. And the Harry S. Fisher promotion ceremony will be held on Friday at 9:30. The Terryville High School graduation ceremony will be held next Tuesday, June 13th at 6 p.m., rain or shine, either on the field or in the auditorium. And the Eli Terry Step Up program will be held next Wednesday, June 14th at 9 a.m. That is a time change from 10 to 9, so it is now 9 a.m. Our last day of school is Wednesday, June 14th. Finally, as we wrap up the school year, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the entire faculty, staff, and administration. As you saw this evening, we have a very special group of people working with our children. They put the time and effort into making connections, going the extra mile, and supporting the needs of our students. And it's actually remarkable, the work that they're doing. Additionally, this year we were able to offer new classes and engaging classes to our students. Library Media at Plymouth Center, Family and Consumer Science and Technology at our middle school, STEM classes at Plymouth Center and Fisher, and we enhanced our School to Career program here at the high school. Besides these significant upgrades, we're continuing to move forward with the other board initiatives that will have a positive impact on teaching and learning. All of this progress would not be possible without the guidance and the vision of this Board of Education and the support of the community. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your commitment to our schools and our school community, and wish you all a nice, long, relaxing summer.
Thank you. All right, where do we leave off? You got me all teared.
10.
All right, 10, under new business. We had talked about this in the past, and we could bring this to fruition. We've been talking with the Yale School of Medicine, with the EMT program, and with that Charter Oak College for college credits. So that's the EMT program here at the high school, and students who would take it would get their EMT certification through Department of Public Health in the state of Connecticut. They'll be certified EMTs, and they will also be able to obtain 6 college credits. The other class, which we already have, Mr. Fuller has been doing a good job with the fire program, but the Commission on Fire Prevention and Control has changed those guidelines within the state. So this would be introduction to the fire service in hopes to build upon it next year to include the Firefighter 1 certification through the Commission on Fire Prevention and Control, which would also include a national accreditation of Pro Board and International of IFSAC. And we're working on the college credits for that as well. So we would like to offer them this year. The one drawback that we do have is that they're double blocks, right? They're 2 periods in a row. So there may be some conflicts with certain schedules, but I'd like to offer them and see where it goes and enhance them moving forward. I think this is a great opportunity, not just for our students with college credits, but also in hopes that they would support the 2 volunteer organizations in town, the Ambulance Corps and the Fire Department. And they both have junior programs, and hopefully we can work hand in hand and coincide with those. So with that said, we can discuss it after, but I'd like to entertain a motion to approve 2 new course offerings, EMT and Introduction to the Fire Service, beginning with the 2023 to 2024 school year as presented. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Mr. Foote, do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Zabushka, all right, discussion on the motion or questions?
I have a question.
Shoot.
Has Mr. Holtz discussed this with anybody about how it would be feasible to do that? Like, have students that could take 2 classes back to back?
That's what we're working on now in scheduling. We're late to the game in scheduling that in, so he's looking at the best combination. Should be offered period 1, 2, 3, 4, and how we can best get the kids that are interested. So actually, Walt came over to our school and spoke on the senior trip day. Might have been prom. No, I think it was senior trip day. And spoke to the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors and talked to them about these opportunities because he probably knows the most about these opportunities and can speak the best about it. And then they have a list of a number of students that are interested. Now it's a matter of working it into their schedules.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think it's great because the more we can offer, the better. But I just want to make sure that we don't offer it and then can't fulfill it, so.
And that may, being late, it may, we may have a few people this year, it may not be able to do it.
Right.
But we could offer it, and then next year, when the schedule's built, it'll be built in, so.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Any other comments?
Any conflict with the
course.
fire
It's a full year,
department
full
junior
year, full
course?
year.
No. Nope.
Be no conflict, because that's 15 to 18, I believe it is.
Yep, that is 15 to 18. The state is 14 to 18. And they have specific guidelines spelled out through the Commission on Fire Prevention and Control what each age group can actually do.
Right.
And they worked diligently with OSHA. I sit on a state board that oversees and has input on these programs. So there's a lot of programs out there. And they've also now have approved that students can take Firefighter 1 and become certified if they're at the age of 18 or they can go through and do all the practical skills and sign-offs and job performance requirements. And when they turn 18, they can take the test. So they're that far ahead. So,
The state, will the state provide us with any equipment? And the reason I ask that, Mr. Chairman, is there was a school, Magna School up in Windsor Locks, I think, or somewhere that shut down.
yeah.
And my wife worked on that, and they had the back of an ambulance there and everything. So I don't know where that equipment went unless we go online and take a look at it.
So if I'm hearing you right, we do have relationships with other regional fire schools and other companies where we can get equipment. But if you're able to obtain equipment, we're interested.
Yeah.
So that ambulance, I believe, Mina went to Sponsor Hospital in New Haven, or maybe that's where they got the idea. That school was a great school. They were trying to build that with like a population of 4,500 students, and I think that's kind of why it wasn't that successful, right? Because 4,500 people are interested in being law enforcement, EMS, or that. So yes, if I'm hearing you correctly, we're interested.
Yeah, I was up there when we were building it, and the equipment was just top-notch, state-of-the-art.
Yep.
And then I find out that they shut the school down. I'm saying,
Yeah.
now, where's all this equipment going? So I'll look on the website, the state website, and see, because sometimes they have it in there. I have a friend that knows how to get into that stuff.
Yep, so the EMT, that's pretty much self-sufficient. That's through the Yale School of Medicine. They have all that stuff already, and they'll bring it with them. The fire stuff, you know, we do have equipment and stuff like that that we can use, but more the merrier.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All right. So let's call for the vote on the motion. All in favor on the motion as presented?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, motion carries. Thank you. All right, item number 11 on the agenda, board member and committee reports, finance and operations. Mr. Tencza, this time would you like to speak?
Thank you, Walt. It's hard to believe that we're at our last regular meeting for the 22-23 school year. It seems like just yesterday we were starting at the beginning of the year, but let me first ask if there's any questions regarding the information provided in the packet. So
Cindy?
without direct, Cindy?
No, you're not in the negative, you're fine.
So just a couple of things I'd like to touch on is I'm happy to say that we're very close to having the year really closed out. We will not spend any of the sinking fund allocation out of our Board of Education budget. So we will come in at the number that the town allocated townwide. So that was a request of the Board of Finance when the original MOU was initiated, and I'm happy to say that we've been able to do that, honor that request for the second year in a row. But the but here is we will not have any money to return back to the town this year. We're going to take it right down to the number, but we will be able to cover all of our expenses for the year. And everybody's worked really hard to make that happen. So it's a successful year if I can not use the sinking fund money, and we're getting down there. And the best part of all of this is now 23, 24, our two budgets are the same number, which is, for me, from a management point of view, is a good thing. So the sinking fund money will stay in the sinking fund. We're not going to have to touch that at all. So that remains available when we have those projects that need to be addressed. And then lastly, food services, again, is going to have a good operational year. And that is with us doing some significant upgrades to equipment and systems for them through the money that we've been bringing in. We're still going to end up in a positive note. I believe it's going to be somewhere around $150,000 or $160,000 to the positive. And we upgraded some significant equipment for them throughout the course of the year that they needed to do. So good news with food services did well. Bad news for that is that the subsidies for providing free meals are gone. It's not going to be here next year. It did not go through unless something happens tonight, which is not on the floor. There's no free meal plan for next year. So next year we do go back to paid meals, and we do have some concerns, and I'm going to surface them now, that we expect participation to drop. Prices are still pretty high. We haven't done anything with pricings, and we had that conversation before, but at some point I probably will revisit. We're gonna operate, we're gonna open up, we're gonna see how it goes, and I'll just report to where we are. But with that, I thank you for all your support throughout the year. And if there's any other questions? But we asked you that before, you said no questions, and that's not in the packet.
I
That
was letting
doesn't
everybody
count.
else do it.
All right,
Page 3,
page 3.
Harry S. Fisher Gas.
Yep,
We're way over on that, correct? I
we
mean,
have, yes, we have spent way over on Harry S. Fisher Gas. That is because for a number of years now, the bill from the gas company actually was associated with Eli Terry. So we were paying it under Eli Terry,
oh, okay.
but it's Fisher's gas bill. So when we changed gas suppliers, that all got straightened out, and now we're billing it appropriately.
So now it's being done correctly.
Yep.
Okay. Then on page 9, of course, substitute nurse salary, we need to substitute nurses?
We do use substitute nurses throughout the course of the year.
Yeah.
Historically, it's never been a budgeted line item.
That's good.
But I felt it was appropriate to have it on its own line so that we can see what we're spending for that.
Good.
So it is budgeted next year.
Good.
And it's probably higher than years past too. Remember where we started the year with COVID and
Yeah.
how, we've kind of weaned away, but we used her more for that.
Yeah. Then, of course, on page 10, I always look at the magnet transportation. And that is a little over on that also, right?
Yes, but we did just receive a state payment
Oh, you did
of
get it.
52,000. So that number will drop
Drop
down
down. Oh,
to
good,
about
good.
20,000. That's
Good.
more than what we get back from the state, but that will come down. It's not
Now,
gonna be
if I read
70.
the minutes, we're going with kids' care next year?
Kids care, not for special education
Oh, special ed.
transportation,
Oh, not for magnet.
not for Magnet. Magnet will continue to be through All-Star.
Okay. As long as it's through All-Star, yeah, they're a pretty good outfit. And on page 11, I'm a little confused on the district consulate expense.
So
Consulting.
the district consulting expense is the money we're paying for our tech director right now.
Oh, okay,
This is where we paid for it this year, next year, and it's on its own line under
Yep.
technology.
good. I'm not gonna ask you about page 12, I already know the answer there. But we're left with what, 97.9? Basically,
Right now, we're sitting at 97.9, but we do have some, like the 52,000 we just talked about is not in here.
Okay.
And we do have another payment coming in for excess cost from the state.
as long as they're in the black, not the red, so that counts. You're doing a great job, man.
We'll be white. It's gonna be zero. I'm telling you, it's gonna be zero.
That's fine with me. Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Tencza. Great
Yep.
job.
Thanks.
All right, moving along. All right, the personnel report was in your packet. Any questions on the personnel report? No. All right, again, public comment. Seeing none, we'll move along. Board liaison reports, Mr. Perugino, Harry S. Fisher Elementary.
Mr. Falcone already told you about the promotion for Harry S. Fisher on the 9th at 9:30 in the morning. I should be able to get there. I went to the book fair, which was very, very successful this year down there. I enjoyed that. And of course, you said the field trip today was inside, correct?
Field day is tomorrow.
Field day, I'm sorry, not
It's
field.
tomorrow, it's gonna be tomorrow inside.
That's the rain day,
The rain day, or
or
the
smoke day.
smoke date is tomorrow inside, yes.
Okay, the last day of school, of course, is the 14th. That is it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Zabushka, Plymouth Center School.
Yesterday's meeting for our PTA basically was to vote in members, to the positions, secretary, president, things like that. I had a great time this year working with them. I had a chance to work with one of the first grade teachers, second grade teachers in the craft club, where we built different things and working with the kindergarten, first and second grade. It was great. I haven't worked with the young kids in quite a while, although my first 18 years of teaching, I worked at Plymouth Center 1 day a week. And then I moved over to Fisher the other 4 days. But it's pretty successful this year. I really enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you for all the time you put in there.
It's fun.
All right. Mrs. Candrea-Florenciani, the floor is yours.
The middle school, they announced their new officers for next year. And I'm not sure if people understand like how the PTAs and stuff like that, why they need volunteers. There's a lot of very simple roles that can be very helpful at the PTA. I'll just give an example with 8th grade promotion coming up. You know, you need a couple parents to set up the auditorium the night before. You need a couple parents to clean up the next day. You know, it doesn't require a lot of time, but it does help when there's parents that, you know, come and help us decide how we're going to spend the money that we raised for the year, or come and help with one fundraiser out of the year. Just there's really small roles that it would be really nice to have more parent involvement in. The meetings aren't very long. It's an hour once a month. It's very simple way to be involved, and you know, you get to hear firsthand like what the upcoming events are for the school, and you kind of get the information before everybody else. It's like a little bonus of spending your time there. So we can really use more parent involvement, coming to the PTA meetings, booster club meetings, same thing. If you have a child in sports, they do a lot for the athletic children. Everything from simple as sending your photos in that you take when you're at events, that's a huge help that any parent can help with. The awards dinner is another big help. There's a lot of things involved in that particular event. And helping at the fair is the biggest fundraiser, and a lot of people in town go there. So if you have just even one day with 2 hours helping out making lemonade, it's really, really helpful. Just, I hope next year more people are able to get involved with the different clubs and programs in town and volunteer.
What's that? Ms. Clausen.
Yes, I was not able to attend either of the meetings for Terryville PTSA or at Advance. However, I do have the notes for the Terryville High School PTSA. They, again, wrapping things up. They did their scholarship recipients, which was done at scholarship night. They had their Mother's Day flower sale, and they are finalizing things for the after grad party.
That's it? All right, perfect. All right, board comments. Why don't we start with Mr. Showers?
I'd like to congratulate everybody today. It was a good school, good year for us, and God willing, if I get reelected, be back to help next year.
All right. Still.
I would also like to extend congratulations to the teacher and paraeducator of the year, as well as the retirees. It's wonderful to hear their commitment and their passion to be a part of the school district.
Mr. Foote.
I also would like to congratulate the retirees and the honorees tonight. But also, as we get older, they always say, you know, your life flashes in front of your face. And for the past few months, I kind of looked back at some of the teachers that I've had here in town and the way they've shaped my life. And I just want to pay, without actually naming any of them tonight, I just pay tribute to Plymouth school teachers, or I wouldn't be here today.
Ms. Clausen.
I have nothing to add. Congratulations to everyone.
You a little teary-eyed?
I did before, not now.
All right, Ms. Lucian.
I just want to wish the students and parents and staff a nice, healthy, safe summer.
Ms. Florenciani.
Same thing that everyone else was saying, and for everyone that's graduating and being promoted, the parents are all very proud, and the students, your life will go very, very fast. Enjoy every moment.
Mr. Perugino.
Yes, congratulations to all the people. And I congratulate the board. We've had a very, very productive year. Very busy year for a board. I also would like to thank all the people in town for their scholarships. $270,000. I sat on stage presenting a couple. It was just unbelievable to hear everybody, $270,000 for a town of, what, 12,000? It's just unreal. It's unreal. And I'm sure there'll be more coming. But just, I want to thank everybody for that. It's really, really good to see the kids get the money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
one more thing.
Sure.
You talked about the PTA, you talked to parents. Parents include men, and the men have to get down there too. Every time you go to a PTA meeting, all you see is women. Nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong, but dad's got a job too.
We have one man in
Do
ours.
you? Oh, yeah, well, the men got a job too, just so they know.
Step up, right, Mr. Perugino?
That's right, step up or I won't say the rest.
All right, moving along.
Step up.
Moving along. Mr. Zabushka.
This is my first year on the board. I enjoyed it. I thought this board got along very well. It was enjoyable. It was no conflicts or anything like that. I thought it was great. And this is the class that's graduating this year was the last class I had at Eli Terry. So I don't know anybody else in the school system now. Zippo. I knew everybody at one time.
I'd like to thank everybody from the administrative team, the business managers, to the teachers, the paras, the custodians, everybody for another successful year. And thank all of you. Right? As we know, we've had some challenges this year as a board. I think we met those challenges and handled them correctly and diligently. We have some other things coming up, constantly evolving, constantly moving, constantly changing, which I think is important for a school district. And everybody here, plays a very, very important role in all of that. So thank you all. All right. Item number 15, the next regular meeting of the Plymouth Board of Education will be on Wednesday, August 16th, which is the third Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. in the cafeteria at Terryville High School. Item number 16. I'd like to entertain a motion to enter an executive session at 8:02 p.m. to discuss personnel-related matters, inviting in Mr. Falcone, Superintendent, and Mr. Tencza, the Business Manager. Item A is the contract with the UAW Local 376 and other personnel positions within the Plymouth Public School System. Do I have that
So
motion? Mr. Showers, do I have a second?
Second.
Michelle Lucian, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're in executive session.